Hello. Greetings from Rochester, New York. My name is Keely Hutton. I'm a children's book author, and I'm honored to contribute a message to the librarians who are participating in the Missouri Association of School Librarians Spring Conference. They say sharing is caring, and if that is true, librarians are some of the most caring people I have ever had the privilege of knowing. You share knowledge and critical thinking skills. You share your love of storytelling and a treasure trove of books you have carefully curated for your students and your colleagues. You share your enthusiasm for curiosity and learning by stretching minds and imaginations. You share new perspectives and amplify voices that are too often lost to history or silenced by society. And by doing so, for your students, you share the world. For an author like myself, you are superheroes. Thank you so much for all you do. Keep sharing, keep caring, and I hope you have a wonderful conference.
Hi, MASL librarians. I'm April Henry, the author of more than a dozen mysteries and thrillers for teens, including Two Truths and a Lie, my May book. I miss being in Missouri with you, and I'm looking forward to being back in your state in April for school visits. My very first job was actually at a public library. I was so young that I called my boss Mom more than once. And if it hadn't been for libraries, I couldn't have written my first novel, which was written before the internet. And I had to rely on books and magazine articles that I got from the library. And I have written many parts of many different books in school libraries in between school visits when I had a little bit of downtime. I still go to the library at least once in a week. It's an affordable way to support my fiction habit, as well as a way to get books for research. My characters even go to libraries. In my 2023 book, a librarian teaches my character how to use a microfiche to do some sleuthing. So I hope you guys have a great conference, and thank you for everything that you do. Bye.
Hello, Missouri Association of School Librarians. My name is May Respicio. I'm an author of middle grade novels, including my most recent, How to Win a Slime War, which I think is backwards on your screen right now, but we're not here to talk about that because I am here to wish you an amazing conference and to thank you for all that you do. I am a writer today because I was first a reader, and I'm a reader because of a very small handful of people in my life growing up, and that includes Mr. Riley. He was our elementary school's librarian, and I remember Mr. Riley and his library so vividly and so fondly. It was a place that I couldn't wait to get to every single week. He made it warm and welcoming and joyous and peaceful and safe, and it was almost like a second home to me, and that's something that I keep close to me still. I carry that with me as a reader and as a writer and even as a parent as I try to instill, a love of reading in my own children. So what you do is important, bringing a love of books and words and that magic into your schools and into your community. So I thank you for that. I am wishing you an inspiring conference, a wonderful day, and a lot of happy reading. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for this invitation to participate in this Librarian Love Fest. Librarians are my favorite people in the world. I'm Kirby Larson, and if you were to come to my home, you would see I have a rather large collection of these beautiful votives called Glassy Babies. They're made right here in Seattle, and I actually don't feel too guilty about this addiction of mine because the company is incredibly philanthropic. In fact, before I start to work each day, I light 2 Glassy Babies as part of my writing ritual. And do you know what I realized? Librarians are a lot like Glassy Babies. When I was little, we moved around a lot. Almost every year I was the new kid in school, and it was the librarian who made sure I felt welcome and made sure I knew I could always find a friend between the covers of a book. Librarians also light the way. I would still be stumbling in the dark without the librarians who rose to the challenge to help me find a map of 1944 New Orleans, or the living conditions in the Japanese war relocation camps during World War II, or the cost of a train ticket from Arlington, Iowa to Wolf Point, Montana in 1918. It was $11 one way, in case you're curious. Because they are handmade, each glassy baby is unique. Even two of the same color will reflect light in different ways. It's like magic. Not unlike the magic you wonderful librarians work when you connect a young reader with that just right book. And I am personally grateful to you for working that magic with my books, which would not be as popular without all that librarian love. So thank you very much. And finally, even though they're made of glass, these votives are strong. Drop them and they won't break. I think of all the ways that librarians are tossed around these days. There's always some short-sighted school administrator who thinks school budget problems can be solved simply by eliminating librarians. On top of that, librarians nationwide are facing unprecedented challenges about which books belong on their shelves. Through all this turmoil, I only ever see librarians responding professionally and with a determination to do what's best for kids, the kids they serve. Thank you, amazing librarians, for your warmth, light, magic, and strength. The world is a brighter place because of you.
My name is David Cox. I'm the author of a few novels, including Guild Must Die, Petrarchan Girl, and most recently, Faded. I live in a small town called Hardin, Missouri, so libraries and librarians have been instrumental in getting my work out there. Local libraries have had me come for book signings and lectures, and more importantly, just put my book on the shelf. Growing up, they were pretty fundamental to my growth as a writer as well. I discovered books by authors who are still my favorite, and I would raid their film sections as well, watching movies of all different types of genres and from different time periods. And that was equally important to me because before I wrote novels, I was writing screenplays. So all of it helped develop me. So thank you to all of the libraries and librarians who support artists and authors of all kinds.
Greetings, Missouri Association of School Librarians. My name is Brian Gerline. I am a high school English teacher in Liberty, Missouri, and the recently debut author of The Book of Rules, an interactive picture book about following the rules lest you be eaten by the monster in the margins named Dennis. And I wanted to do a little quick thing with you. I hope you'll permit me this moment of audience participation. So this is an interactive read aloud. Super recommend it. And I want to do rule number 7 with you. So you have to participate. If you don't do it, Dennis will eat you. Okay, here we go. This is rule number 7. Rule number 7. Look at someone next to you. Tell them, I see you. I'm glad you're here. I do not want Dennis to eat you. Give them a high five. Now a fist bump. Fantastic. Dennis just might go hungry today. The kids in our schools need to be seen and welcomed, and they certainly do not need to be eaten by Dennis. But you're an integral part of that. And I hope this conference inspires you that your heart beats stronger, because librarians and libraries are the heart and soul of the school. Side note, the owner of a white Dodge Stratus, your lights are on. The hotel staff needs you to turn those lights off. All right, y'all have a great conference. Check out the Book of Rules. Have so much fun.
Good morning. It's truly an honor to be asked to help kick off the Missouri Association of School Librarians 2022 Spring Conference. My thanks to Jen Baldwin and Melissa Corey for asking. As a fellow Missourian and a fellow book lover, I feel a kindred spirit with you and the life-changing work that you're doing. In these crazy upside-down times when school librarians find themselves front and center in the sometimes not very cordial debate about which books should and should not be accessible to our students, I want to assure you that what you're doing, listening to students, getting to know them, and putting just the right book or resource in their hands at the right time is incredibly important and necessary for the students of our state. As we strive to help students become literate, conscientious, and thoughtful consumers of information and story and history, you are vital in that process. Every day, you educate students and help them feel confident, seen, and loved. And what you do for authors, illustrators, and publishers of books, priceless. Without school librarians who order our books, hand them to teachers and students, share them with colleagues, review them on social media, we wouldn't get to make them. So long, Prudence the part-time cow. Bye-bye, busy bus. If school librarians didn't appreciate the contributions of authors and illustrators of books, we'd never get to visit your schools, share a laugh or a song with your students, and inspire them to become thinkers, readers, writers, and illustrators themselves. So on behalf of all of us who make books for kids, I thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I wish you an engaging, renewing, fun conference, and I send you my heartfelt gratitude for all you're doing for literacy, books, and students in Missouri. Keep up the good work. They deserve our very best.
Hi, I'm Adib Kram, author of Darius the Great Is Not Okay, 7 Special Somethings, and Kiss and Tell. 2022 has been one of the hardest years I have seen for education, for books, and particularly for librarianship. And I so admire all the work that you all are doing to help uplift your communities, your patrons, and especially the young people at your libraries. I hope you all are finding ways to take care of yourself, to keep fighting the good fight, and as always, to be gay and do crimes. I hope you have a great conference.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Kamicha. I am the middle grade author of The Memory Keeper and of my latest North Shore. And I grew up on a small island in a small town where there were no bookstores and there was no Amazon back then. And so my mom would take us to the library once a week. And it was like a magical wonderland to me. And the librarians at my elementary school and at my high school, they took the time to really see this shy girl and figure out what I wanted to read, and sometimes push me to read the things I might never have read on my own. So thank you to all the librarians out there for all you do and for seeing each one of those kids who walks through your door.
Hi, MASL librarians. It's me, Lisa McMahon, author of The Unwanteds and the new series, The Forgotten Five. And I just want to thank you for everything you're doing for children right now, helping them find books to read. When I was a kid, I did not have a lot of great librarians in my life, none that I really got close to, even though I went to the library every Saturday. But when I came to MASL several years ago, you all became my hero librarians. I had such a wonderful time getting to know you. I hope you're doing okay. I'm thinking of you all the time. So thanks for doing what you're doing. I believe in you, and you're awesome.
Hey Missouri librarians, I'm Alan Gratz, the author of Refugee and Ban This Book and Ground Zero and a bunch of other books, which you guys know because you've been super supportive of me all through my career. I want to give a quick shout out to librarians. You guys are amazing. Not only do you put my books into kids' hands, which is awesome, thank you for that, but you're also the place I go to when I need to learn stuff to write in my books. That's where all the information in my books comes from, is me going to the library, checking out a huge stack of books, coming back here to my office, and sitting and reading and researching for months and months and months at a time. So you guys are amazing. I love that the theme of your conference this year is amplifying voices. You guys know this more than anybody. We've had book challenges and bannings all across the United States. You guys are on the front lines of this. You don't need me to tell you that. But I love that you guys are focusing on that, on amplifying other voices at your conference this year and in your libraries all the time. That's just what we got to keep doing. We got to keep putting those books into kids' hands. So thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for being amazing. And I hope that I get to see you guys in person again sometime soon. Thanks, MASL.
Hello, librarians, beloved librarians. I'm Mary Nethery. Kirby Larson and I are co-authors of Nubs, the true story of a mutt, a Marine, and a miracle, recipient of the 2013 Show Me Award. While in Missouri, Kirby and I also enjoyed the perfect school visits orchestrated by what I like to call two super librarians, Mary Liebler, South Elementary, and Cherry Roundtree at Clarence Cannon Elementary. The kids were fantastic and so well prepared. We came away feeling like members of their school families. What you do is not just important, it's critical and essential to our children's growth and development, to the quality of their lives, to their ability to become knowledgeable and impactful citizens in our democracy. During these extraordinary times, we want you to know that we support you and your irreplaceable work. Thank you for what you do. Now enjoy your conference. Thank you.